there are many places where he says, okay, you're saved, but if you continue lying, you continue fornicating, you continue committing adultery, you continue stealing and being full of malice and having idolatry, he says these type of people will no way enter into the kingdom of heaven. I think the biggest issue is people think that when they get to the altar, because they quote the scripture in Romans 10 and 9, right? Where it says, if you confess with your mouth and believe with your heart, that settles everything. That is not the finish line, because Paul also turns around and say that, hey, you got to work out your own soul salvation in the book of Philippians chapter number 2, with fear and trembling. And then the next verse says, for it is God who wills to do of his good pleasures in you, which means that we have to work out what God has placed in us. He gives us the desire. And so in my studying, one of the things that came up, and it made me question even if I'm saved, right? When you look at everybody that God used in the Bible, who he used mightily, they had to give something up. So if we look at Paul, right? When he called Paul, what did God take? He took his eyesight. He asked Abraham for a son. So you can see this process to where when God asks you for something, well, when God calls you, he's asking you to give up something, right?
Right.
And so when it comes to us as believers, what did he ask us to do? Jesus said, if any man is going to follow me, he must deny himself,